I wasn't feeling particularly well today, so I sort of watched a noir this morning and then fell like right back asleep. And I've been asleep for hours, so that's why there's like a big gap in time between finishing the movie and posting a review. I watched Dark Waters. It's from 1944. It's directed by Andre de Toth. I'm not going to do the eye patch thing that I always do when I talk about Andre de Toth. I'm not going to do it this time. I've done it too many times. It starred Merle Oberon and Franchot Tone. They were like the leads, but then the supporting cast was like the most amazing supporting cast like you could want from a 1944 United Artists movie. Thomas Mitchell, Faye Bainter, Elisha Cook Jr., and Nina Mae McKinney. Nina Mae McKinney, if you will recall, should have been a giant, huge, amazingly talented musical star, but she was African American, and therefore she got one starring role in the all African American film from the 20s, Hallelujah, and then basically was forced to play, like maids and mammies and things like that. And it's sort of a real bummer because she was so talented. This sort of movie, similar, it's sort of a Southern Gothic, and it's similar in tone to Gaslight, actually, and similar in plot. So a woman, it's interesting because it's 1944 and it's set during the war, like it's contemporarily set, and it's about a woman whose family was growing up, or whose family was situated in like Indochina or something like that, and the war breaks out, and so they're trying to get back to the safe ground. So they're on like a submarine. This is in the back of the story, like before the film starts. But their ship was shot down by a submarine during the war, and the main character, Merle Oberon, is one of 4 survivors of that, and including her 2 parents who died. And so it starts with her, like that happening, and then her in a New Orleans hospital dealing with the post-traumatic stress of that. And then she writes to her one relatives, and it turns out that they were in New York, but now they're supposedly at the plantation, family plantation in Louisiana, and so she goes there, but then things seem a little not right. Oh, I forgot, also in the movie is John Quaylen and Rex Ingram. Like, seriously, it's the best cast. It's a sort of a slow burn movie, I guess, because I wasn't feeling too well. I got kind of bored with it and sleepy. But I bet if I watched it on a day when I wasn't feeling ill, that I would have loved it a lot more. It has a great Miklos Rosa score. I mean, I guess I've also seen way too many movies, so I totally knew the twist, like, in advance. Though the tension created by the performances of, like, the villains, Thomas Mitchell and Elisha Cook Jr. really helped, even though I knew that they were going to be villains, and I knew that what was going to happen. Like, I could tell what was going to happen. I love Franchot Tone, but he was a little boring in this. I know a lot of times people think he's boring. Usually I love him, and in this I was just like, eh. He just had dinner. Faye Bainter was great. She's just sort of like, and just sort of flighty, and I love that about her. She's just fantastic. We needed more Nina Mae McKinney. She's always like not given enough screen time. It's a lot of it is set on the bayou, and it does look really, really terrifying. Like, you just don't go there. You're gonna die. Dark waters, indeed. So, yeah, this is a pretty solid film. Definitely worth it for the cast and for the cinematography. 1944 Dark Waters. Highly recommended Noirvember pick.